So today we're going to be doing something incredibly well requested. When I looked at Hermitcraft Season 2, you requested Hermitcraft Season 3. And when I looked at Hermitcraft Season 3, you guys requested Hermitcraft Season 4. So today, we're going to be taking a look at the previous season of Hermitcraft. And there's one thing that I really like about this season, and that is the fact that it was completely crazy. Everyone was building really technical stuff, and that means that the world, it grinds to a halt pretty quickly. Oh man. I'm getting like maybe 1 or 2 frames a second at a push. I wonder what is causing that. After doing some flying around, I've discovered the areas that I can't really go to. Cubfan's place and also Impulse's place. They seem to be fairly troubled areas. But anyway, to start things off, we're going to take a look at the first build I ever did on Hermitcraft. This thing was fairly controversial, I think it's safe to say, the Mumbo Jumbo RV. So over there we have got the stunning builds of, I think, Mr. Wells Knight's. This was Wells Knight's place, and then out the back, I mean, we need to take a moment to appreciate Tango Tech's castle. This thing was absolutely ridiculous. Both of these things kind of popped up after I built my RV, but I do have to say, I think I'm going to agree with you guys. This thing does look a tiny bit out of place. And these things, these weren't parts of it. I mean, we've got this reindeer, this little chap. This was added by False Symmetry at Christmas, I believe, for the reindeer hunt. And also, of course, we do have... What were these things called? Hermitrons. This is a Hermitron. Are there any good ones? There's a rare one. But no, nothing too special. Anyway, if we take a look inside, you can see we have a nice little homely area. We have furnaces, we've got fridges, everything like that. We've got a nice double bed out the back. And I'm fairly certain I actually used this thing as my kind of home base. This is where I slept for probably about 70% of the Hermitcraft season. This was my bed. Anyway, if we pop down to the bottom, we also have my starter storage system and the home of the chicken explosion. Probably one of my favourite moments in all of the Hermitcraft series. Now, if you haven't seen the Hermitcraft Season 4 movie, you really need to watch it. I put a lot of time and effort into it. I released it right at the very end of the Hermitcraft Season 4 season. I'll put a link to it down in the description. It's definitely one to watch if you want to get a feel for the Hermitcraft season that just went past. Now, a fun fact about this storage system. This was my main storage up until, I think, episode 80. Episode 80. I was using this as my storage system. That's just ridiculous. And oh boy, we've killed it again. Whoa, this Nether hub is so much cooler than I remember. Oh, I love the way this is done. With the Mesa biome underneath, obviously these are the different districts. If you didn't watch Hermitcraft Season 4, we had like different districts for the world. It was pretty cool. Really, really cool. Now I've got to try and find out where my Nether room was. And also, I guess, take a look at the Nether base. So these 2 portals here take me through into the drone and also the industrial district. But if we fly off in this direction, we're going to see something that, to be honest with you, I didn't really visit too often in Hermitcraft Season 4. I spent so much time on this and then never really did anything with it. This is the Nether base. And it's meant to be like the opposite version of my overworld base, which we'll take a look at a little bit later on. But we've got like the outer ring, then we have the inside rings like this, and then we have this crazy, crazy power beam going right the way up through the center that has like a kind of, I guess, rotting effect around the edges. I mean, this is a really cool looking thing. Seriously, seriously cool. And I never did anything with it. We could have done so much with this place. Why did I not build like netherwart farms and crazy bits and pieces around it? One thing that I also quickly want to mention is that you see this kind of slightly unnatural slab of nether right here and these floating nether blocks that apparently I just left there. These things are there because this used to come all the way out to about here. I did a lot of clearing in this zone to make way for this place. It's a shame. I do kind of wish I'd done something with it, and maybe this is something that we should take forward into Hermitcraft Season 5. Like a oh my word. We can make like a lava version of my base. Anyway, the next thing that I want to head off to is the Brown District, because as far as I remember, this should be the shopping zone. And we all had a whole bunch of shops. In fact, shops was pretty much the theme of Hermitcraft Season 4. Everyone had a shop for everything. In fact, everyone had multiple shops for multiple things. So my first shop was the free diamond store, which is essentially is a gambling machine. That was kind of the idea. So what you do is you'd grab yourself a diamond and you would throw it into this hopper right here. And then it would do its thing, and if you got all 3 gold, like that... Ah, I think we won? Did we win? We won! So if you got all 3 diamonds like that, then of course you would win more diamonds. It's a betting game essentially. Now it does look like the central piston feed tape is a little bit broken, but this actually, I think this made me quite a lot of money. Now I think we started off with 3 diamonds in there, and we eventually made quite a big profit at one point. Now an interesting thing about this is I tried to do like a big sign, like a neon sign like most casinos have, and it worked for a while. But then the pickaxe that we had inside the hopper clock, which was meant to be doing the flashing, duped itself to the highest of heavens. And I wasn't going to take any of the pickaxes out because, of course, I didn't want to be caught duping items. So I just had to leave it broken. So there we go. So if we try and work our way through all the lag spikes, we have all of the different shops. The Logfellas, which was my least favourite store on the Hermitcraft server. I think this is Rendog's. Yeah, this is Rendog's Magma Block shop. Over here we have got my most profitable shop ever. This thing absolutely raked in the diamonds. Like, I think we must have made at least 10 stacks of diamonds out of this place. And it was literally from AFK fishing and just putting all of the books into this shop. I think it was called the Mumbo Jumbo Jumble books. All books, 1 diamond. So it was literally a free-for-all. It's like a pound shop where everything is just all in one basket and you have to fight for the best books and you have to hunt through. This is a good idea. Now, over here was my slime block shop. Well, there is the slime block shop. I also had an organic golem shop where I sold iron that I'd got from the drone off here, but nobody really bought it because Tango's iron shop was much, much cheaper. But then we have the slime block shop, which apparently really did bring in a lot of diamonds. That was from my slime farm that was absolutely enormous. And then off in this direction, I can already see another one of my stores, but we have got the fireworks shop. Now this one was also hugely profitable until Tango Tech came along and undercut me once again. That guy, man, he's always producing the cheapest stuff. So now that I've shown you all of my super successful shops, here is the one that failed. I personally really like the way this place looks, and it used to be when you opened up that door, TNT would be dispensed and it would explode underneath your feet, but we ran out of TNT quite quickly. But as you can see, I never really kept this place stocked. Nobody really ever bought TNT. I mean, there just wasn't too much demand. It looked pretty nice though, I have to say. So I think that just about does it for me in terms of the shopping district. I don't think I had any more, but one thing that I did do in this area, which I personally absolutely loved, and definitely Iskal and I and a lot of the other hermits had quite a bit of fun with this, it was the Death Sphere. What was it called? I can't actually remember what it is. Oh, it was called the Death Star. Well, how uncreative is that? I thought I'd been creative with it and come up with something new. But no, this is the Death Star. The big sphere of doom. Now, I built this just after fireworks were introduced into the game, and the idea was simple. 2 of you, or 4 of you, go up into the Death Star, and then you just have a dogfight. All of you have got fire aspect bows, and the last one to not be set on fire wins. It was epic. So many, like, awesome battles flying around. And another thing that I also added were these things. So if you travel through the tripwire, those arrows will be shot out. I'm fairly certain that no one ever got hit by one of those arrows, but it was a fun little addition. And also we had cobwebs that you get stuck in, making you an easy target. It was a lot of fun. It was a seriously fun idea for a game, and I kind of would like to do it again on Hermitcraft Season 5. But I also know for a fact that the other hermits just took it one step further, and they built a Death Star that is enormous, and also apparently quite hidden. I can't quite find it. Here goes. Look at this place. I mean, what the heck? So this was the super Death Star. Now, unfortunately, I didn't actually play a part in building this, and I can't remember who it was. Exuma was definitely involved. I think Scar was involved as well. Maybe Wells Knight. I think Wells Knight might have been in there too. But this is a spectacular spherical hole. Really impressive. I am a tiny bit upset that Iskall took down the Dire Reaper, because the Dire Reaper really was a spectacular build. Almost as good as the Mega Shrek, probably not quite there, but I still have a fondness for it. Oh, I've loaded the place that I shouldn't have loaded. God. I feel sorry for you guys, because this is where you log in. I mean, if you download this world, you're going to log in to just a lag spike of death. Alright, let's get this over with then. This is the moment that you've all been waiting for. The drone. This right here was my base for Hermitcraft Season 4. Now, this is because all of the previous bases that I'd done on Hermitcraft had been underground, or at least they'd been mainly underground, so I was kind of challenged to do something completely above the ground. And this is when I'd just started getting into drones, I think. I'd just got my Phantom 3, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And I thought, why not give it a go and try building something that kind of looks like one in the air? And wow. This is basically unplayable. I can't tell what I'm loading and unloading, but it is lethal. After a quick restart, let's take a look at all of the details. So number one, we have got this thing. You might recognize it from Hermitcraft Season 2 and Hermitcraft Season 3, the Mumbo Jumbo Mob Flushing Mob Farm, which sends all of the mobs out, they land on top of these hoppers, and then all of their items get sent through into this storage system, which filled up, I think, fairly nice and quickly, I seem to remember. Yeah, we had a whole ton of items, and then out the back we have got ourselves an elevator which takes us up to the AFK platform so that we can unload all of this area underneath and make sure that this thing is running really efficiently. Then around the edges we have got the 3 iron farms. Now these iron farms right here were actually the first time I have ever worked with villagers in Minecraft. I'm fairly certain. Like I'd never done anything with villagers in survival Minecraft, and I found it very tough. That was a big learning experience, but of course it allowed me to get the ball rolling, and then I started doing a whole bunch of villager trading stuff. And there it is working! There's an iron golem right there! Let's take a look. Oh no, have I just loaded something awful? There we go, and iron flows in. See, it still functions. And over here we have got the storage system. This you might recognise once again from Hermitcraft Season 2 and Hermitcraft Season 3. Just after I built this thing, Tango Tech came up with that design that I'm now using on Hermitcraft Season 5. But this thing, it worked pretty nicely. We've got all of the items stored, and as I say, I built this and then didn't use it up until probably, I think, episode 80. Which isn't brilliant. That's not a good track record. I don't know why it took me so long to get the items in, but eventually I did, and it sped up my recording times massively because I could finally find all of the items that I actually had. I think that just about covers it for the drone. I can't think of anything else other than this system, which allowed me to get into the Batcave. That was a pretty cool system. It's like a wireless redstone system, which opens up a door in the Batcave. We'll take a look at that in the next couple seconds. But first off, we have got this. Now, this was a controversial build, okay? It was a bit of a controversial build, and I can't remember the motive for it. I think one day I just thought to myself, I'm just going to build a massive cone underneath my base, and that's going to be it. It was a difficult build. I did not use any form of helpers to do that cone. That was all freehand by me to make that shape, and I like it. The power beam holding up the drone, I think it's a really, really cool idea, but I can understand why some people didn't particularly like it. Inside this thing, my original plan was to have some kind of crazy cool room, but it turns out there wasn't actually that much space due to the shape of it. It kind of closes in a little bit too quickly, and I thought there wasn't really too much I could do with it, so I made a jungle biome on the inside. Yeah, a bit of a strange decision, bit of an odd one, but, you know, it kind of works. One thing that I feel I should mention is that this entire landscape around this thing, so all of this, and all of this round here, and all of this on this side as well, was completely terraformed. This power beam over here sat way out on top of a hill. Like, there was a good 10-15 blocks underneath this thing. In fact, if we take a look, you can see where the original hill was. And I find terraforming very difficult, so this was a huge challenge. Now down at the bottom here, we have got the farming district. This was the industrial district where we built pretty much every single farm that we had. So we got cocoa bean, we got stone, nether wart, those are potions. We've got AFK fish farm, melon and pumpkin farm number 1, the villager trading area, the sugarcane farm, the sheep farm. We've got the cow farm over there. This is the storage system where we store all the items. This is the super smelter, cactus farm, melon and pumpkin farm number 2, wheat, carrot and potato farm, and wheat farm. So that's the wheat farm, and this is the carrot and potato farm. And I've just remembered, there's my charged creeper. Oh man, this is one of my proudest moments, I think, on Hermitcraft. Oh, he's brilliant. Over here, we've got the old school spoon counter, which I refuse to believe I only had 38 spoon moments on Hermitcraft Season 4. And then we have the Mumbo Jumbo bot, or the Mumbot Jumbot, which we essentially had to keep alive, which we really didn't do particularly very well. Yeah, he was pretty awful. And then over here, we've got the gigantic slime farm, which was cleared out using TNT. I really need a slime farm on Hermitcraft Season 5, and that could be a fun project to work on in the near future. I had completely forgot about this place. The automatic mining system. I can't remember if I ever really used it that much. I don't think I did. Maybe once or twice. I think I used it once or twice, had all the beacons on, and that meant that I used up all the possible strips in like one mining session. I didn't really think that through. Popping through this little tunnel right here, we make our way through into the completely separate area of the base. I really was getting bored of the sandstone and red theme, so I decided to go to this place, and this is the I build your stupid ideas area. I think that was what it was called. It was like the original form of building your stupid ideas in Hermitcraft. So we had a giant spoon, we had a giant toilet. This is when I got my root canal, so I had to build a tooth that was being drilled into, which was very unpleasant. We've got my Mavic Pro drone, which I have to say I think I did a pretty good job on. Like that's pretty good. And then we've got the giant piston being powered by a giant redstone torch. Once again, I like these ideas. I like the idea of having an area where I can build your stupid stuff from time to time. Once again, something that I might do on Hermitcraft Season 5, but maybe on like in a slightly different way. Maybe underwater. We can have it's like Atlantis. Atlantis of stupid ideas. This is a zone that I worked on at the very end of the Hermitcraft season, essentially when I wanted just something completely new and completely different to start up, and that is the new Megabase, which is this big sphere being knocked down into the ground. Now, we did quite a lot of work on these rooms, and I seem to remember they were some of my favourite rooms I had built. Now, looking back, they are nice, don't get me wrong, like these are the storage silos for all the different types of items. And then over on this side we had, this is the Redstone Museum. I like this room. This is a really cool looking room. Yeah, this is some nice stuff here. And then over here, I think that's the elevator to get out. And then on this side, what do we have on this side? I can't remember. Oh, this is the crafter. This is the auto crafter. That's it. So yeah, we had this room as well. I do like the rooms. I do, but I think I prefer my new storage system. My new storage system that I've got on Hermitcraft Season 5. Took a lot longer than doing this, but that's probably one of my favorite looking builds I've done today, I would say. Or the aquarium. I really like the aquarium. Now, what on earth is down here? Is this just a tunnel? I can't remember what that's meant to be. Like, genuinely, what plan did I have for this place? I cannot remember for the life of me. I swear I had a plan, but I've forgotten it. Now, to round things up, I'm going to take a look at my favourite build that I did in this season. The Batcave. This was such a pointless area, but it was a brilliant idea. So we've got this is like a security system to get us in. We had a computer, had a secret door, we had our armor equipping stations, the Batmobile itself, complete with some redstone contraptions. And then if we take a look down at the bottom here, oh, we got the missile silo. Complete with missile. I'll definitely launch that in the next couple seconds. But if we take a look down here, I think this is the training area. Yeah, down at the bottom we've got the training zone, which was constantly filled with mobs, often holding items from the farms because the farming lines went like directly above this thing. So look, you can see they're all holding pumpkins and melons and things. But anyway, let's see if this thing works. Missile silo has to be launched from up at the top. I'm just such a moron. I think that deserves another press. Yeah, this thing does still work. So let's go. Activate, and we should see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. It opens. I'd forgotten I've done that. Oh, that is absolutely fantastic. What a brilliant idea. What a brilliant idea for a redstone contraption. I'm very happy that I decided to do that. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of Hermitcraft Season 4. I seem to have lost the ability to speak in awe of this. So there we go. That is it. I hope that you enjoyed this little tour. Hopefully I haven't missed anything out. If I have, please be sure to let me know down in the comment section, which I'm sure you will have done already anyway. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please sure to that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.